It's the Teaching Your Toddler Autumn Show. Sit back and relax and let's have some fun learning a little bit more about this fun season.
Welcome to the Teaching Your Toddler Show with Mary Jo Tinlin. Each show we talk about fun activities to do with your little one, including a craft, a letter of the week, Spanish words, songs, games, and even a snack for each weekly theme. Here is your hostess, Mary Jo Tinlin.
Welcome to the Teaching Your Toddler Autumn Show, also known as fall. So this week we're going to celebrate the beginning of autumn, and it is when the day is exactly the same length as the night, which it's always 24 hours, but that means that there's an equal amount of sunlight to the equal amount of darkness. It also means that you can balance an egg on its end during the equinox. So don't forget to try that trick with your kid because it will work only around noon, wherever you are, on the equinox, which is usually the 21st, I believe. So it won't roll over, it will stand up straight, and your kid will be amazed. So this is the week that we get to get ready for winter, and we're reaping for the harvest and all those things. So a lot of our things today are around harvesting and just activities that have to do with autumn or fall. So the letter of the week is F for fall, of course. So like we always say, print out a letter F or show them a letter F, call them, point to things that start with F, father, falling leaves, fall down, feather. Show your toddler a picture of the capital F and lowercase f, and also make sure that you use their finger to draw, or show them in the sand, or show them in the bathtub, or with refrigerator letters or something like that. Make sure that they get to see what an F looks like. And our number of the week is 2. So you can show your child 2 feathers or whatever. Just count to 2 over and over. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And it sounds really basic, but as I always say on this podcast, whenever we're counting, we're starting to put those patterns into our children's heads, which is actually the foundation of mathematics. So keep showing them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep counting to them, and then eventually they'll start to understand 2 means 2 things. And the song of the week is a really cute little video called Autumn Leaves Are A-Fallen, and it's an earworm, and it's very cute. So I hope that you check that out. It's a YouTube video, which is a fun song. The story of the week is actually a little video, and it's really funny. It's like a hand puppet. It's called Going on a Leaf Hunt. And it shows a book being read by a bear and an owl. And again, they're hand puppets, so your child might actually sort of pay attention a little bit. It's really cute. I would encourage you also to go to the library, because usually the librarians are amazing, especially for fall and Halloween and all the things that kind of come along with back to school and all that. They always have wonderful books and displays. And so I'm sure you can find a fantastic experience at the library. And libraries are so amazing for our kids because they get to touch books, which we don't know what books are going to be like in the future. So make sure you go to the library and let them experience that with you. Plus, it's an amazing way to keep them busy for a little while. Our snack of the week are apples, because they are in season in the fall, at least in the United States where we live. And there are some amazing apples out there. Honeycrisp, which is actually a breed of a variation on apples that is extremely sweet. It has a very high sugar content. So if you control your sugar, stay away from Honeycrisp, but they are delicious, especially with some cheddar cheese sliced on it, really sharp cheddar cheese. Also, Braeburns and Galas are really amazing apples at this time of the year. So like I said, you can have sliced cheese, peanut butter if they're not allergic, or you can also use other nut butters if there's allergies. There's a really good coconut butter too that's amazing. It tastes so good on everything. And then in honor of Rosh Hashanah, which is also in the fall, a Jewish holiday, you can dip your apples in honey, which is delicious. And so I've got a link in the show notes to a recipe for baked apples, which just is, not only does it taste delicious, but it makes your house smell amazing. So of course they're going to be hot when they get out of the oven. So don't let your child immediately touch them, but let them cool off for a little bit and then enjoy, because they're amazing. And if you can find a local place where you can go pick apples, what a great family experience. And even the little ones, if they can't reach the tree, they might be able to pick off the ones from the ground, as long as they're not, soft. But it could be a wonderful family activity to try. And so check out that locally in your neighborhood or your area. So we always do a Spanish word of the week and words of the week. And so this week's words are el otoño, which means autumn, and la hoja, which is leaf, and los colores, which are the colors. So those are some good Spanish words for you. We always have a do-it-myself activity every week every theme that we have, and this week is a fun one called Gathering Leaves, which is exactly what it sounds like. So there's so many things that are on the ground in the fall, right? There's pods and there's acorns and leaves and all kinds of things that can be an amazing thing for our next activity. But let them pick up stuff. Take a basket or take some sort of container so that they can put the things that they find on the ground into that to collect them, and then you can put them together into what our activity of the week is the nature collage. And so this one actually is no glue. It just uses contact paper, which is kind of sticky, and then it will stick the stuff down. You just press it in there as long as it's flat enough. So your child, you don't have to deal with glue and all those things if you don't feel like it. Of course, if you do, that's fine too. You can supervise them of gluing down colored construction paper. If you can't get out to color or to collect things, you could make your own leaves out of paper or pine cones or anything like that. So just check those out in the show notes. The yoga pose for the week is tree pose, which of course, since the leaves are falling, how could we not do tree? Tree is a little bit hard. It takes a bit of practice, although your kid will probably be perfect at it. As an adult, it's a little bit harder for us because our center of gravity is not as low as theirs, but it's basically standing with putting one of your legs or one of your feet on your opposite knee. And then if you can keep your hands over your head, you kind of sway like a tree. And I'll tell you, here's an extra challenge. Try to close your eyes. I can never do this. I always fall over if I try to close my eyes during tree pose, but you can do it and get your kid to do it and pretend that you're trees. And then finally, our sign language of the week. And this is always so hard on a podcast, but I like to talk about it anyway because I think it's important for us to learn. Sign language is actually considered a second language. So if you're working on Spanish and you're working on your primary language, the sign language is actually a complement to that. So we've got the sign for tree and leaf, and as well as the colors red and yellow, because those are kind of the colors that tend to be common leaf colors. So I hope that your child really enjoys that. And if your child is still learning how to talk, sign language can be an amazing way to let themselves express themselves, because it's not because they don't get so frustrated. We did this with all of our kids. We taught them all sign language. They still remember some of them, and they're not toddlers anymore. And so I hope that you'll try this with your kid, and there's some links there. So as we always say, don't forget to give your child a hug. Tell them that you love them as many times a day as you can. You can't love them too much. You can't give them too many hugs. And just never, keep talking to them, keep reading to them. Please stay off your phone, talk to your child, and they will absolutely love you even more for it. So I hope you enjoyed our show. I hope you'll join us again. And also find us on Facebook and Twitter, and I'll put the links in the show notes for that. But I hope you liked it, and again, happy fall, and keep listening. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us for the Teaching Your Toddler Show with Mary Jo Tinlin. We hope you had some fun and you got some great ideas for the week. Please subscribe to the podcast, like us on Facebook, and visit the website for all the links we discussed at www.teachingyourtoddler.com. This has been the Teaching Your Toddler Show with Mary Jo Tinlin. Until next time, keep teaching.